Call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Merriman.
Here.
Mr. Mattern.
Here.
Dr. Scarpone.
Present.
Fiscal Officer Ms. Morrison. Present. Solicitor Mr. Lynn.
Present.
Mayor Mike Petrella.
Present.
Administrator Mr. Kasegi.
Present.
Mr. DeStefano.
Here.
Mr. Spence.
Here.
Mrs. Dameron.
Here.
Will everyone please stand for a moment of silence in the pledge? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, we would need a motion to approve our minutes from our last meeting, October 3rd, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence.
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
All right. Is there anyone wishing to speak before council this evening? All right. I will turn it over to our solicitor for our ordinances and resolutions.
Hey, first ordinance is ordinance 2024-58, an ordinance creating and adopting a council rule and codified ordinance number 111.02 entitled Elected Official Attendance for the governing the attendance of the elected officials at council meetings for the Village of Wintersville. This is a third read.
Motion.
Make a motion to approve ordinance number 2024-58.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence.
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Second ordinance is ordinance number 2024-67, an ordinance authorizing the village administrator to dispose of personal property of the Village of Wintersville, to wit a 2010 International S30 plow truck, VIN number 1HTWAARIAJ275076. This is a second read. Next is an ordinance number 2024-68, an ordinance authorizing the village administrator to dispose of personal property of the Village of Wintersville, Ohio, to wit a 2006 Ford Expedition model number EPT, VIN number 1FMPU16546LA97251. This is also a second read. Next is resolution number 2024-70, a resolution providing for the transfer and establishing estimated revenue for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2024 and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for resolution 2024-70.
So moved.
Mr. Merriman.
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence.
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Motion to approve Resolution 2024-70.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence.
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Next is resolution number 2024-71, a resolution providing for transfer and establishing estimated revenue for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2024 and declaring an emergency.
Motion to suspend the rules on Resolution 2024-71.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence.
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
I make a motion to accept resolution 2024-71.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence.
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Next is ordinance number 2024-72, an ordinance providing for and amending An ordinance providing for amending and revising the appropriations of expenditures for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2024 and declaring an emergency.
Motion to suspend the rules for ordinance number 2024-72.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Marner?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Motion to accept ordinance 2024-72.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
All right, thank you, Jake. Moving on to our announcements. Wintersville's Trick or Treat is Thursday, October 31st, 2024, from 5 to 7 p.m. Everyone, please be careful. Leaf pickup will be held on Monday, November 4th, Tuesday, November 12th, Monday, November 18th. Rake the leaves to the curb or ditch line. Please do not rake them in the street. If we did not come to your street on one of those days, we will be around to get your leaves. Please have them out. You do not need to call the office 100 times. We'll get there. Wintersville Christmas Parade will be December 8th at 4 p.m. That is Sunday this year. All right. On reports and communications, Mr. Lockhart.
Thank you, Councilor Robert Lockhart, your representative, and I'll be speaking regarding a meeting I attended today, Steel Valley Transit Association. First item in the paper you've seen, the grant was received through the Ohio Department of Transportation, nearly $500,000. Within this section of that newspaper article, it spells out that not only is for replacement of equipment, operation expenses, and preventative maintenance, a lot of things are set out there that really this grant was applied for the purchase of new buses. We have 5 buses that are over 300,000 miles, and we have 3 more that are $200,000. These buses are projected to run and get into about 100 to 150. So it wasn't for our maintenance department doing a very good job keeping these buses alive and going, we would have a real problem. So that's the purpose of this grant, basically, is to get the new buses. And the other part of it is some operational, but very little. I don't have it in conjunction with the levy or is proposing to have that interfere, this grant with that levy, because that has to be passed. That's important, operationally speaking. The only other part I'll discuss, and Charlene will bring you up to date on some other part, is today we had representatives of ODOT and a representative of an organization called NeoRide. It's a governmental entity that's been established in the state of Ohio for several years. Purpose of it is to assist local transportation agencies like ours, of which there are like 38 within the state of Ohio. And this agency is a repository for receiving information. They oversee grant acquisitions. If people need those need assistance to generate the grant so they can get new equipment and all. But the purpose of this organization is to be helpful to small transit organizations, but also it has association with big operations like in Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland. So it's an organization that will benefit our little transit organization with regard to expansion and maintaining a quality transportation system for our area here. Other than that, Charlene will update you on the additional information garnered tonight. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart.
Thank you.
Charlene?
Good afternoon, Mayor and council members. Like you said, we had our meeting earlier today. Wintersville passenger increase for right now is 22.6%. And for Robertson Township, it's 52.3%. That's really good. And we also talked about Adams Street properties, the update for it. They're about done with it. The drilling's done. They're waiting for core sampling. They're waiting for the results of it. And also the levy renewal update. We have 3 billboards right now. We have one by Dollar General in Wintersville, one on Route 7, and one on Route 43. That's where billboards are located. Also, they talked about ODOT funding, electronic fare boxes, scheduling and dispatch software. This is something that's going to come up in the future. It's like bus passes more likely. It's going to be like an app for your phones or whatever, much easier. Because a lot of people are like, they pay and then they come back down there and they go, they lost their pass, their bus pass or whatever. Well, this will be a lot better. So in the next couple months, they're working on these electronic boxes to see. They figure this would be much better for Still Valley Transit. So for right now, that's it. We had a really great meeting today. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charlene. All right, moving on to the mayor's report. So council, we all know about the property on Mr. Smith's property on Eakey Street. His appraisal came in at $15,000. Our appraisal came in at $9,000. I've spoke to Mr. Smith numerous times here. He's not budging off the 15, and you guys get to make that final decision how we go about this. But I didn't really even offer 9,000, but we won't go down that conversation.
How much land is it?
So
What is it? Less than an acre?
for Mr. Featheringham's appraisal, the first part where the, make sure I get this right. So we have it's 0.14 of an acre. Yeah, it's 0.14 of an acre, so it's 6,242 square feet, which is a value of about $6,500, but the appraisal's opinion with the 2 pieces of land, which is the 0.14 and the 0.03, which is the road, it's a value of $9,000. That's what we got right there, and that's kind of where we're at. But my issue is was from 1990, I believe. So from 1990 until now, nothing's been done. It was a handshake deal. Okay, so be it. So Mr. Smith never budged on anything. We never budged on anything. Now he wants 15. 15,000. Our value is 9. He's not coming off of it. Well, the way I see it is we're at fault for not beating this off a long time ago or pressing the issue, and it's not my opinion. I'm just saying what's going on is
he's never done anything as well, and now we come to a point where something has to be done. And it's not my,
He said he will take us to court and he will sue for back rent on his property.
And there's no paperwork whatsoever on this.
None that we can find.
Did anybody run the numbers how much is going to be on this back rent?
His number or a real number?
I'm just saying. Might be cheaper to give him the 15 and later on.
so,
Fight in the court.
John McDivitt did the deed back in April 5th of 2023. It was done. I gave that to Mr. Featheringham. But like I said, that's kind of where we're at. I mean, it's, I haven't talked to Jake about it wholeheartedly yet because we just got this the other day.
Well, you mentioned deed. Whose name's on the deed?
Well, the Village of Wintersville. I mean, he deeded this all out, knowing exactly what the land's going to be. The percentage, the footage, and everything. This is what was done on the 2023. So, by all means, you can look at it. That's just kind of where we're at right now.
Jesse, is there a deadline on this?
Well, no, but he wanted to do this last year. We started talking, and I finally got an appraiser, which was Mr. Featheringham. I've called 5 people,
Where's it at?
and he ended up doing it for us. So that's where
You
we're
want a
at.
deadline from Mr. Smith? Or you want Jesse's answer? He told me if I don't get an answer tonight, he'll see me in court tomorrow.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, I forgot.
So what was the year?
I'm good to keep negotiating with him. It's been pretty fun.
This was like 1990 when we built the lift station.
I think it was 90. Wasn't it
34
96?
years ago.
96, I think.
Was 96?
Yeah, because I told him I was 5 years old on the phone.
28
Okay.
years ago.
Yes. So,
So does anybody know what the average acre is for land in Jefferson County? I did a quick look up. It was
That's
only like
a
7,000.
tough thing to.
What's that?
It's a tough thing to come up with. It depends where it's at. What's on it? Is
He
it
only
flat?
has
This is
0.14,
a
so
prime
he's
property.
0.86 shy of an acre.
No, it has a lift station on it, so it's literally feces on the
That's
property.
what
Yeah.
Jake,
It's not prime
I got
property.
a question. Does this go to mediation? Is there a mediation attempt out of this between the two numbers, or what's the progress? Not being a lawyer and know the process, does this, if there's a mediation process, are we able to pursue that avenue with an independent judge or something like that?
Well, generally
Jesse, go ahead.
speaking, I haven't looked into any of this. If he files a lawsuit against us, the mediation will be handled there. Both parties can agree
That's what they should have.
to either mediation or arbitration, and they can agree to abide by that. You can come to an agreement where you both get appraisers and you agree to go in the middle of them. You really can do a lot of things.
This is just a.
But with this, I'd say we're into territory. If he's actually threatened litigation, we're definitely into impending litigation territory. So I don't want to say too much.
And there's no easement on his deed, his land deed for this? Because I have one on mine.
I think is the easement on there?
yeah, I believe so, yes. For the right of way. So here's the bottom line. If we don't agree to this, that's fine. Then it's going to be, like you said, pending litigation on this, and then we go from there. And then we would have to go into executive session at the next meeting if a lawsuit is filed, or we decide, we got to do what we got to do.
I really don't think he's going to file a lawsuit tomorrow.
You never know.
Maybe not.
Yeah. He wants 15.
I might be able to prolong him a little longer.
Yeah. So.
Well, the common sense thing to do is if they had an appraisal higher, we have one lower, is to just meet in the middle, which,
He said no.
Yeah, that would be the common sense
well,
approach.
I mean,
But,
that's our offer.
like
If that would be
12.5,
our
he's not
offer, then he
listening
can
to
say no, but,
Not for that small of a piece of land, though.
well, like I said, if you have one appraiser, he has an official appraisal done, and we have an official appraisal done. So you meet in the middle, in my opinion.
But we didn't offer him anything at this point in
No.
time.
I asked if he would be interested in meeting in the middle. He said absolutely not. He's at 15.
So we see what happens. If we can't agree, he files suit, then you know, the next conversation we have is going to be an executive session for pending litigation, and then we go from there.
Well, if you
Are we
go
gonna
by
go to
rent,
executive session to
rent
discuss this?
period, say if you paid him $100 a month, it's 336 months, $33,600. That's what we would owe him if we had a rent.
Yeah, but
contract.
there was no agreement for a rental to rent his property.
There is no agreement, but I'm saying that's just, if he wants to make that, he can make whatever he wants.
Does he say who he made this handshake agreement with?
Yes. Our former administrator.
I mean, you're giving him $6,000 over what he wants. Just depends what you want to do.
What exactly was this handshake agreement?
What's it gonna cost us when he takes us to court?
If he backdates the rent for 336 months, it's what it is.
I know Gary.
And add another 500 to that for the appraisal, right?
Yeah, the appraisal was 500.
Was it 500? Yeah.
You'll be in the 15.5 and they're done. It's another mistake that was made. We have to move on from. I mean, I don't know. Depends what you guys want to do.
You don't necessarily have to decide tonight.
No.
I mean, I was
You
just
should decide tonight.
I was just bringing it up.
Are we able to go to executive session to discuss it?
What's Jake's opinion on that?
I think we're already discussing it.
I mean, we don't know if it's, we don't, if
There's nothing to hide.
If he goes to court, if he files suit, then we go to executive session on the next meeting. But right now, this is just, you know,
Because he stated that he will take us to court, I believe that would fall under the definition of impending litigation. It's not currently pending, but it is, I can't remember the language, we have it up here somewhere. But there is, once you make that sort of threat, it does trigger our ability to go in there. I think you've discussed a lot of it already, but if you wanted to make a motion to go in, I do believe we have that language up here somewhere.
yeah, we can't go into executive session for something like this, but it's what council wants to do. We don't know what is going to happen.
1 second.
No, but we need to be prepared. You make the decision, Mr. President.
Different sheet.
One question that does come to mind is, how can the former administrator make a decision for the village without council's approval?
So this would fall under imminent court action, meaning that it is on the point of happening or impending. The word I used first was impending. They use that later. And I know it's when a threat of litigation like this has been made, you can actually go into executive session for that. I'm not sure what the rules state based on the fact that we've already discussed some of it, but I think we could go into it now to continue discussing it if you wanted to, and I can give you a legal opinion on what I think. If you wanted to make that motion, that's up to you.
Make a motion to go into executive session for pending legal
Second.
And invite
and invite the mayor and the administrator and
solicitor.
the solicitor and Rachel.
I second it.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. Stefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. Stefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
right. Moving on here, council, just quick update. Optics is working on the aggregate program. Emailed with David the other day. Citizens, just a quick announcement. The next several weeks, there will be trainings at multiple trainings at the shooting range. Some do go into the early evening hours. If you end up hearing any gunshots, do not be alarmed. Obviously, if you feel threatened or anything like that, or not sure where they're coming from, or they sound closer than the shooting range, obviously call 911. Lastly, all I have is everyone please remember to get out and exercise your right to vote. I will turn it over to Jesse for the administrator's report.
All right, thank you, Mayor. All right, real quick here. First of all, my better half sent a card thanking the village for the chimes in regards to remembrance of her mother that passed away. She thanks everybody for that. And she wanted me, and also wanted to thank Councilman DeStefano, her nephew and niece who came home everybody came home for the funeral, or for the memorial. Her niece and nephew got to meet a councilman, Carmen DeStefano, at the football game, and he bought them pizza and pop and everything, and he just, she wanted to thank him for that, and the kids really enjoyed it. Like I said, they got to go to a football game and everything, and it was very nice. So thank you very much, Councilman DeStefano and everything.
You're welcome.
On Meadow Road at the cul-de-sac, had a call of a possible water break. We're keeping an eye on it. It hasn't really gotten any worse. I was there the other day. It really wasn't bad at all. We did do a check on it. There's really no chlorine coming out of it, but if that continues next week, we're gonna dig that up and see what's going on. Also, we're down to about under 120 meters to be installed. Teddy did go around this past week to the restaurants, the businesses, and the fast food locations. The fast food, Kroger's, or correction, McDonald's and all them, we are going to we're going to do this. We're going to do the installs around probably 1 o'clock in the morning. We're going to set up a date for those meters. That's going to be the best time for them, so we'll get that taken care of. Probably less than 3 weeks, we should be ready to go on hopefully on the online pay. That's what we're gearing towards. The meters are being read by our new water meter billing system. Census is reading everything. So hopefully that will continue to go in our right direction. We're moving a lot faster than what we thought, which we are good with that. We've been training with the online payment. We've been training with Census, training with the new software. That's going well. Just wanted to thank the Jefferson County engineers. We do a yearly allotment for, you can buy slag, you can buy asphalt or guardrail. It's $2,500 allotment. So we got our slag this year. We thank them for that because we use it very wisely every year. Also, our OPWC application has been submitted. We're ready. We're just going to wait and see if we can get this water line / paving on Caddis Road. We'll know something by December. The street department, the children at play signs on Crawford Avenue were put up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Concrete work will be started next week on the 3 catch basins on Woodridge Drive. Also, our guys did the concrete work in catch basin and line replacement on North Avalon and Leonard Avenue. Thank you to Randy and Mark and those guys, Austin, Teddy, guys that stayed over to get it done. They did a phenomenal job, and they saved us a lot of money, and they did excellent work. The 2024 EPA lead line inventory was completed. Thank you to RCAP for that. They helped me out, saved me a bunch of time for all 1,855 services. So that was submitted. We're in compliance with EPA. We'll probably have more to do in 2027. Myself and the mayor and Randy, went out with Davis Enterprise for some more paving that hopefully we can get done by the end of the year. Down by Leonard Avenue, where we just completed the catch basins and the partial line replacement, the cul-de-sac down through there, Woodland Park. There's some areas that we're going to skim coat. It's going to buy us some time till we get those roads paved. 3 areas on Rex Avenue, well, that was paved last year, but we have sinkholes, sink areas because of the soft, and we knew that going in. But there was a lot of areas that had thicker asphalt that was put in, so we're going to get that completed. As long as we keep up on that, that road's looking good. Caddis Road around the Woodridge Drive area, even though we've put in for the paving application, there are a couple of areas in that location that we're going to probably skim coat, fill in some cracks, and we're also going to, right there at the intersection of Caddis Road, we're going to put restripe because those lines are fading out. Garden Drive, 2 sections from the water break that we're going to repair. From old water breaks, we're going to replace that as well, get that fixed. In 1 section, 1 pothole in Garden Drive and Meadow. As well as the guys have been doing potholes repair out on Two Ridge, throughout town. They've been doing all that. Also, one other thing in our packets from the state auditor, we're going to have a third-party accounting firm going to do our audits for 22 and 23 next year. Dillonville, Mingo, and Yorkville are also going to be going with this East Jefferson Village pool. So I just signed that the other day. We got that taken care of. They'll be coming next year. Getting our every 2-year audit completed. That's all I have right now. If anybody has any questions?
Just the one, I wanted to clarify, I got a couple calls. When you say Woodridge, got some calls with Meadowbrook where it meets it,
Yes.
and they should be seeing some concrete work next week, correct?
Yes. So next week, we're going to concrete around those catch basins. We can't asphalt because the asphalt will break down.
Got it.
Drove by it today. I think it looks fine. It looks good. It's held up. They did great work. We're going to do what we got to do and get that completed. We have a couple curbs on Main Street that we're going to replace as well with concrete. Might do a couple other things. Try to get done by the end of the year. And whatever we don't get done this year, we will do next year. So we are on top of it.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jesse. Moving on to unfinished business. Council, just back to what we were discussing under the mayor's report. Do you want to reject, accept, do nothing, or make a different offer for Mr. Smith's property?
I vote do nothing.
Second that vote.
Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. Stefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
All right, thank you. Anybody else for unfinished business?
I just had a question of what's in our packet for this auditor of the state. What does that mean? It's through January 2023 to 2026.
Just, that's what they're contracted for. So next year, so in 2025, they're going to do 2023 and 2024. No, they're going to do 2022 and 2023 next year. And then we'll be good for 2 more years. Oh my God, that's irritating.
So we're not paying for each year through that time?
No,
frame? Okay.
we're going to pay for 2 years, and it's. We're going to do 23 and 24. Sorry, for 25.
So this got us released from our other auditor? Okay. Just wanted to confirm that.
Sorry about that.
And then in the packets, I put the Indian Creek Foundation's, they're having a Christmas concert. Steve Kauser gave this to me today, and it's a nonprofit for advancing our students' educational features via scholarship, research project initiatives, and student activities. So they give out 7 $1,000 scholarships approximately to a graduating senior, 7 of them. And they did the Hellbender project. So I was unaware of that, but this is, who supports that. So if you can donate any money, that would be good. And then the dog park, Jesse, I wanted to thank you for ordering the locks. When do you think those would be in?
Tomorrow.
Okay, and then when is the service to the garbage and the bags done down there? Is it like a weekly thing, or
Yes.
is it, okay?
Yes, I got a couple people on that, so yes, it'll be done at least twice a week.
Okay, I just didn't know, and I think maybe having that thing Sunday probably made it a lot busier because
Absolutely.
they're almost overflowing, the garbage.
Yep, all done.
Thank you.
Anybody else for unfinished business? All right, moving on to new business.
New business, I want to thank everybody that was involved in the Oktoberfest at the dog park on Sunday. It was a great success, and I think everybody had a great time. Also, we did get the approval from the Fort Steuben Kennel Association. They are purchasing the bite suit for Justin and our Officer Barbetta and Rexy.
That's awesome. Very much appreciated.
You and Lou were first ones in it.
He's got to race me first.
I think we should give the option to Mr. Lash, since he went through it with just the arm.
Anybody else for new business? All right. Already dealt with the transfers. We need a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Our next council meeting will be Thursday, November 7th, 2024 at 7 p.m. This meeting is adjourned.